Within the beautiful region of the Caribbean, we find Barbados. As the most easterly Caribbean island, Barbados prides itself in offering exceptional sun, sand, and sea. Every year, tourists arrive in large numbers to indulge in the variety of activities and unique experiences that this tropical destination offers. Barbados is also a place rich in diversity and full of life, with many opportunities for social interactions between locals and tourists. Looking for a break from the hustle and bustle of everyday life? Barbados provides the perfect escape for rest and relaxation. More than the idyllic tropical retreat, Barbados is known as the birthplace of rum. With a rum history dating back to the middle 1600s, the island and this golden distilled spirit are forever entwined. First produced some 370 years ago from the tasty sugar cane, which once dominated the island's agricultural sector, rum has grown to be one of the most popular spirits of the world, branding Barbados as the original rum destination of the Caribbean. Integral to this rum tradition is Rum Shops, a historical institution of village life. It creates a platform for people of all walks of life to get together and socialize. While Rum Shops remain a meeting point for locals, it also provides tourists with an avenue to refresh themselves, get to know the locals, and feel the pulse of true Bajan society and culture. In light of this, Rum Shops, which are seen as small businesses, are an important contributor to Barbados' tourism industry, through the unique cultural activity it provides to tourists vacationing in the island.
Within the present economic environment, some rum shops in Barbados have been forced to close their doors. Therefore, as a way to preserve and propel the growth of this unique tradition, the Bajan Association of Rum Shops, founded a year ago, is the first body to act on behalf of these small tourism enterprises. With over 400 registered shops, the association has gained wide support, as shop owners and other industry stakeholders have understood the important role rum shops play in Barbados as an economic contributor and a social culture enhancer. While favorable economic and social cultural impacts of rum shops have been noted, often neglected are the negative impacts such as an enterprise can have on the Barbadian environment. Barbados is facing threats to the natural and built environment through the effects of climate change, the degradation of the ecosystem, improper waste disposal, lack of greening practices, and other issues within the society. Small businesses, including rum shops, have a role to play in the sustainable development for Barbados as a tourism destination.
Probably. But because we are careful at home, we would be careful here too.
It's like saving the hard plastic bottles and plastic bags and stuff, so to keep the atmosphere. It's keeping the atmosphere environmental friendly.
Essential, absolutely essential for us to have a bright future. Environmental sustainability isn't just something that should be a buzzword at present. It really needs to be something that not only the government or governmental agencies focus on, but individuals, private businesses. We need to make sure that we're looking at ways in which we can progress build, expand, do those things that are necessary, but do them in such a way that we do not have a harmful or as much of a harmful impact on the environment. So sustainability doesn't just mean planting a tree every now and then. It means changing the mindsets that we have as to what development really looks like.
In any of the small island developing states, such as Barbados where we are today, but really in any of them, environmental sustainability is absolutely critical. We are already seeing dramatic changes to our environmental world around us at the local level. We're seeing beaches eroded, we're seeing wildlife and especially the fisheries are being affected. Sea level rise is an issue. The temperature of the waters around us is an issue. Generally speaking, we've become more consumer types of societies. So where 25 or 35 years ago, all of our foodstuffs, generally speaking, not say all, but like a large majority of what we would be eating, for instance, we would be growing here. And the exact opposite is true now. We import so much stuff. And so with the stuff that we import, we now have that much more garbage. And so now we're dealing with the effects of that, especially in the form of litter, and especially in the form of our landfill has become beyond capacity.
Keeping my plastic bottles, I recycle my oil, and also I try to keep my plastic bags, all together that I can reuse them.
Well, we have not specifically done work with bars or rum shops as a Future Center Trust. We do have a program called the Green Business Barbados Program, which works with small to medium, even larger businesses if they show the interest, to show them how to green their operations, so to speak. So the program works alongside a business, wanting to find ways to be more sustainable in how they operate. That perhaps would be one area where I can definitely see our link with businesses.
I think the rum shops, especially since we're talking about rum shops, are obviously very, very good in terms of getting plastics and glass beverage containers back to the recyclers, because it's obvious, you can make money from that. So why would I throw glass rum bottles in the garbage and have the SSA come along and throw them out when I know I can get maybe a few cents for that? That's pretty standard.
No, we just think about the rum.
About how good the rum was.
And the beer.
The beer.
But we always put our beer back in the case after we're done.
Okay, very good.
And we just drink the rum.
I think the best thing that I would suggest to any small business, like a rum shop or a small restaurant or something like that, is to do a waste audit. Figure out what is it that you're actually throwing away on a day or on a week. If you can get a determination of what that is, then you'll decide what you need. For instance, maybe you get a lot of things in that come in cardboard boxes. And so rather than just checking your cardboard box at the end of your driveway or road or whatever, why not flatten all of those cardboard boxes and get them to the recyclers somehow? Recyclers will come around and pick up cardboard and paper and so on. Maybe they're cooking outside the back or the front, wherever, of the rum shop. They're cooking. They're using margarine containers. They're using various oils that come in plastic bottles. Those types of bottles, plastic bottles or containers, any kind of food containers, any kind of beverage containers made of plastic, glass, metal, or aluminum can be recycled. And then the other thing, of course, with rum shops, a basic one, is if they're doing any frying, that their used vegetable oil can go to a used vegetable oil recycler, and they turn that into biodiesel. Biodiesel is a product that can be used in diesel vehicles. And there are lots and lots of people using biodiesel products in Barbados for their vehicles. And that's a great way to get oil out of the waste stream. So we want to make sure definitely that all of our small business people are aware and knowledgeable about the best way to deal with all of their waste when it comes to recycling. Recycling is not just plastic and glass. If I said anything, if people were to understand that really 80 to 90% of what we're throwing out now is recyclable, if people could actually get that and learn what those things were, I think we'd be much farther ahead in Barbados in terms of our solid waste problems that we have.
Okay, there are a number of things that small businesses can do. Some of the most basic, as I mentioned, the double-sided printing. One of the things that also can make a difference is simple signage around the office that may say, turn off lights when leaving the room, or keep the door closed if the air conditioning is running. Those are some other practical things. Also changing the cleaning products or even the hand soaps that are used in the offices, to use those that are more environmentally conscious or more environmentally safe, instead of the ones that have chemicals in them and so on. We have seen that happen in one of the businesses that we have in our green business program, where they completely changed the line of products they use. And the products that are more environmentally safe aren't necessarily way more expensive. So that could be an option as well.
Well, if it's something necessary, but if it's not necessary, for the world tax.
Yes, we would. Okay. If you're on vacation, what does an extra dollar? If you drink 10 beers, that's $10. What difference does it make?
I think that businesses being more environmentally conscious is something that is attractive, especially to foreign investors, especially to foreign customers. I think it is something that small businesses may find it may be a bit more difficult for us, a business with small resources, to make major changes, but if they're able to show that they're making the effort to be conscious of the environment and how they operate, I think it does set them apart from the pack, so to speak, because they would be doing what they do in a way that takes care of their surroundings but also still serves their customers in a good way. So I think it would make a difference in their global competitiveness.
Yes, very much so. Because so far, things doing the same, with greening and keeping the plastic bags and trying to keep the place right, environmental thing, I surely will.
Based on the consensus of the rum shop owners, there's indeed a willingness to green their businesses, but it's also obvious that there's a greater need for further education and awareness of the core of environmental sustainability. It also seems that most rum shop operators are mainly focused on their short-term economic goals, not knowing that an incentive such as an environmental tax could be a great help in speeding up the process of becoming a greener establishment, which can ultimately improve their competitiveness and create a more attractive environment for both locals and tourists. While some essential environmental practices have been implemented in most rum shops, such as recycling of bottles, plastic, oil, and the use of energy-saving bulbs, there's definitely room to build on these practices for a greener tomorrow.
It love me. I'm totally drunk. My baby never cheat on me yet. Give me a bottle.